Greetings, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another episode of the SavvyCat Podcast. I'm Savvy.
I'm Cat.
And together we are SavvyCat because we are creative 12-year-olds who decided to start a film company for no reason. That's a lie. It was for a school project. I say it every time. You know the story.
Yeah, you know the story.
If you don't know the story, what are you doing?
We say it every single podcast.
You have to go back and find the one where we explain the whole thing.
Yeah. I cannot remember which one we did that on.
Neither. I feel like I've done it multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Definitely multiple times.
Yeah.
So hi.
Hi.
Today is a day. It's a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday.
For what's the Wednesday that they'll be seeing this one? It's
the last Wednesday of the year.
Yes. It's been Christmas.
It has been Christmas.
What a wonderful day it was.
Yes, it was a wonderful day that did happen already. We filmed these a week early for our patrons, so it's not Christmas yet.
It's not been Christmas. Yes, we filmed this 1 week ago your time, but today our time. Yeah. Whoa, time's magic. What is Wednesday? Hello? What is Wednesday? Wednesday. Ooh, the 30th? Ooh. So, it's been a year.
Because I was thinking about this. At the beginning of the year, we were together.
Yeah. This is the day. The 30th will be the last time I saw my sister.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah.
In a year. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. You arrived at my house on the 2nd of January.
Correct.
And then we went traveling. And then everything went to shit. Everything tumbled down into chaos and destruction.
We had 2 months between the trip and absolute what the fuck?
2 months is stretching it.
Because we got back on the 16th and we went into lockdown. So January 16th we got back. Lockdown started like March 24th. I think right before your birthday. It was just before your birthday. Because I was going to come fucking surprise visit you. And then we were like, nope.
No.
Oh my god. Those 2 months feel like a lifetime ago. I don't know who that person is.
No.
It's interesting because I started posting on TikTok a week before we went into lockdown. And then that fucking changed everything. Everything. I remember it was like the day it was announced we were going into lockdown, Natasha came over and we were drinking and watching kids movies. And I had a TikTok that was the fucking how do people sit on chairs?
Oh yeah.
That one? Yeah. And that was my first TikTok that did well in terms of it had like I think it got like 1,100 views. And I was like, whoa, 1,000 views?
Yeah.
That's so cool. And I was like starting to get like a few hundred views on some of my TikToks and I was like, let me fucking go. And that just spiraled.
That TikTok went out of control. Like genuinely out of control. Like your YouTube blew up big. TikTok was a hell zone.
TikTok is a nightmare. But because we went into because April comes after March, right? Yeah. So I just had a few weeks of posting on TikTok because before lockdown I didn't really do anything. I was going to the gym every day for 2 hours a day. 3 hours of every day was spent walking to and from the gym and being at the gym every fucking day.
Your entire life was just job searching.
My entire life was job searching and going to the gym and I went out on a few dates because I didn't have any friends and that's what I was doing. And then we went into lockdown, obviously. I had to stop going out on Tinder dates.
Yeah.
You can't do that. I couldn't go to the gym anymore. Jobs were all fucking no jobs available. And so I was like, the fuck do I do with my time? And so that's why I started posting on TikTok. And posting like 6 times a day. And then I dyed my hair rainbow.
The start
of everything. My hair literally changed my entire life. Yeah. Dyeing my hair, the best decision I've ever made in my entire life.
You were terrified to do it as
I was
well.
so scared. I thought I was going to fuck it up, man. I did not intend on dyeing my hair rainbow. I woke up that morning thinking I was going to dye my hair blue.
Yeah, I wanted you to shave it.
Yes, you did. I'm glad that I didn't.
I still think you should.
Yeah, I woke up thinking I was going to dye my hair blue. And then I ended up dyeing it rainbow because you and Lindsay both dared me to.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I posted that TikTok, the fucking, oh, you can see my nipples through my shirt? Oh, let me go change. How about you change your fucking policies? And that TikTok blew up.
Mm-mm.
She's on, I think, 1.2 million views now or something.
Jesus.
Fucking wild. It was my most viewed TikTok every week for about 3 months. It was like daily my most viewed TikTok. It was fucking insane. And I gained, I think, 20K overnight that day I posted that. And then because of my hair and people started sharing my content because they were like, fucking look at her hair. I got to, I think, 100K within 2 months probably.
Yeah, very easily. I
was gaining like at least 1,000 followers a day. Some days like up to 8,000 followers a day for a while. And then I was doing like it was just fucking random as shit content. And then
the shadow ban happened.
Well, no, firstly, I was,
no, because Pride Month,
yeah, the shadow ban happened and I was like, what the fuck? But then some of my videos were doing well, which was cool because the ones that were doing well were when I was talking about important shit.
Yeah.
I spent 2 months, my videos were all just me talking about important things and politics and shit.
Yeah.
And I started posting on YouTube in May.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like just, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But TikTok was going well. And I was like, TikToks I can only post, they're only a minute long. And I have more shit that I want to say.
Yeah.
Because all my videos are like political, feminist stuff, Black Lives Matter, all that shit, everything I was doing. And I was like, I should move this onto YouTube where I can talk for longer. And it was going, you know, like having like 120K on TikTok and then only like having 1K carry over onto YouTube was like this big sort of like,
yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Fucking times moved, man. And then it was Pride Month, and I did virtual Pride where I was posting like according to the virtual Pride calendar, like 3 times a week for the whole month of June.
Yeah.
And I get really hyped if my video got like 1,000 views.
Yeah.
I was like, 1,000 views?
Yeah.
Holy shit. And then I was posting like twice a week.
It was twice a week, yeah.
Throughout July, August, September. I took a break for a little while. I don't even remember what the fuck I was posting at that point. It was just all random content, really. It was just whatever I felt like.
Yeah, I visited you at some point.
You visited in July?
No.
I think? Yeah. It was when Kate and Dave were in France. I think it was like mid-July. I think it was mid-July. 15th. Yeah. No, it would have been... Or was it September? No, it was July because my YouTube channel took off end of September.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's July.
Yeah.
August exists.
It was during August.
I forget about August.
All the time.
August does not exist in my mind.
No.
I just July, September. We both just completely disregarded August just now.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, in our defense, August didn't used to exist. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
August fucked everything. They made the numbers not work.
Exactly.
And then I posted my straight TikTok video. I think I posted that in July. It was before you came, I think. Did you come in July?
I don't think so.
I feel like you came in July. You can check my YouTube channel because we posted video together. Also our podcast channel. You probably have a better idea of when she came than I do. We do.
The queer Kiwi. You post so much.
I know. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
4 months ago. Jesus. We've been living together for like 2 months.
August.
Okay, it was August. When did I post my straight TikTok video? My first one. It's there.
Yeah.
That was July. Was it August? It's July, right?
Oh, no, August.
The fuck?
August 6th.
August doesn't exist.
No.
Okay? If your birthday is in August I'm very sorry, but August doesn't exist. No, but that video was the first video I posted along the lines of like reacting to things. And like that's the content that I watch. That's the type of content that I consume. Yeah. And I just thought it would be fun to do, and it did quite well comparatively to my other videos. It took a while. It didn't do like phenomenally. No. My best video was my lesbian sex education video, and then after a month of it being up, it started gaining, like slowly, like 1,000 views, and then it got up to 4K, and I was like, what's going on? Yeah. And then it was like mid-September, it would have been, it got up to like 10K, and I was just watching it grow every day. It was getting thousands of views exponentially. It got like 1,000 one day, then 4,000, and then like it was getting like 30,000 views a day. And I was like, what is going on? And then it caught on to my sex education video.
Yeah, it did.
They were gaining me thousands of subscribers every day. Yeah. And then I posted my fucking that's not how women's bodies work.
We were on call when you posted this.
Yeah, and it just fucking... I got 10K in an hour.
That was so... We literally sat there for an hour just pressing refresh and going, bro, what the fuck? Yeah. Bro, what the fuck?
I was gaining 10K subscribers a day. Yeah. And it all because it started with a straight TikTok video, and then YouTube just was putting my videos on homepages, on recommended, because people were clicking on it. And a lot of it is to do with my hair, right? Like, you see straight TikTok videos. I already see this. Like, there were people whose straight TikTok videos were being recommended to me a lot, and they were getting... I saw a lot of other people getting, like, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 views, but they weren't getting subscribers from it. No. Whereas I was gaining so many. And my Sir, That's Not How Women's Bodies Work, that video alone, demonetized, very annoying. But anyway, that got me 40,000 subscribers just from that video. Yeah.
I also think, like, I think you don't give yourself enough credit.
No, I do not.
Because you're always like, it was just because of my hair.
It is just because of my hair. Someone DM'd me saying I subscribe to you because of your hair.
You put so much information and content and conversation into your videos that most people do not. You put so much research and effort into your videos. I watch you do it. You sit here for hours and hours writing notes.
I thought that most people did that. But I guess it's interesting watching other people's Reddit videos, because I understand that they do well. But like I find it interesting that a lot of people just read Reddit posts and react to it in real time. Yeah. And then don't really say that much. For the record, I sit here and scroll through Reddits for 2 hours.
2 hours scrolling and then an hour running.
So I spend like hours trying to find the best post, because I feel like it's boring if I just... Sometimes the posts are shit and there's not much to say about it, and I don't want to just read a post and move on. So I do sit here and I scroll through Reddits and I find the posts that I feel like I can talk about the most, that I think are the most important to talk about. And that can take me up to 2 hours per Reddit, just finding posts. And then I will come back to those posts I just found. I'll go through all of them and I'll write what I want to say about each one, or like prompts about what I want to talk about each one. And then I'll cut some out, because sometimes there's like 30 posts and then I'm like, this one's not as good. And so it does take me like hours of preparation for each video. Yeah. Which... I mean, if you can do a video without doing that, that's cool for you. I just feel like I like to talk about shit and I don't want to miss anything out. And a lot of the time it's frustrating watching back my videos and being like, I should have said that. Yeah. And I can't. Yeah. My Sir, That's Not How Women's Bodies Work, I'm really glad that one did so well, because it took me that was the third time I filmed it.
I know.
It was the third time I filmed it, because I just didn't say enough the first 2 times. That's when I started scripting my videos, was that one. Because I was watching them back and I was like, I'm missing stuff, I wish I'd said more. And I just find it easier to have prompts and I get flustered. Yeah. Okay. Also because I have ADHD and I get really sidetracked. If I don't have notes, I will go off on just, you watch me here.
Yeah. This is, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with that one as well, because it was demonetized, which makes sense, I said some shit in that video. But like, when I posted it, I didn't think that would be a big deal. No. Because I did not think that YouTube would be able to be a job for a long time. My goal was to get 10K by my 21st birthday, which has not happened yet, by the way. My birthday's in 3 weeks. Terrifying. What I said to my mum was that I planned on being able to make some money off of it by the end of next year. That was my goal, was to be able to earn money by the end of next year. I thought that I was going to get like maybe £100 in total by the end of this year from YouTube. A few pounds a day.
Yeah.
And now it's paying for everything. Like, and I've employed you.
Bro.
If you didn't know that, by the way, Kat works for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
She captions all my videos and like replies to my emails and stuff. I don't have a manager or anything, so Kat
I'm like the assistant.
Kat is my assistant. Yeah, so
yeah,
we're a team.
Yeah, there's so much work goes into YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it most people don't do.
Like captioning?
Yeah.
So many people don't caption their videos.
Like 4 hours.
Oh yeah, so each 15-20 minute video I do, it takes Kat like multiple hours to caption, so thank you, Kat.
They're
Yeah. And then obviously I have on my website, like, you can send petitions, and so Kat has to go through my emails and find petitions and things. I appreciate you.
It's a good job. Pays well.
And, yeah, I mean, because that's a plane.
Okay, I thought that was thunder.
I thought it was thunder too. No, it's a plane. We live kind of close to an airport.
Yeah.
No, but there's a period back in, just before YouTube was doing well. Can you shut up? Sorry for the plane, if you can hear that. There's a period, sorry. I'm always afraid that it's gonna, like, stop recording. It doesn't, but I'm always afraid that it will. There's a period in September, I think? August? No, yeah, September. When we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do. We were both quite depressed, especially you. It was really shit, because I was running out of money.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a job because of the situation, obviously. New Zealand is hard to get to. But we were looking at moving to Manchester because it's cheaper than London.
We were looking at going back home.
Yeah. We were looking at going home. We had decided that we were gonna have to go home for 6 months and work to save money to be able to come back here, and then hopefully my goal was to be able to do YouTube and be able to earn some sort of money off of it before I came back here. So we were gonna go home. I was gonna finish my degree. We were gonna work. And we discussed that many times on call, because we were calling every day and we would just cry.
I cried so much.
Yeah,
I was in such a bad place then.
We did not want to go home. It felt like giving up almost, but we didn't have another option.
No.
There wasn't anything else.
We literally did not have another option.
Well, then my mom was like, well, I will help you out by giving you some money to move to Manchester. But that was only going to last us not that long if we couldn't find a job.
Yeah.
And we would not be able to find a job in this current climate, especially in Manchester, which has been doing really awfully. So we were looking at flights home. We would have had to go to fucking isolation hotel for 2 weeks. We would have had, we were just not doing great. And we spent a couple weeks sort of discussing that. And then we decided we were going to try to go to Manchester because it was better than going home. Yeah. And we were like, if it fails, then we'll just have to go home after we've been there for a little while. And that was a hard pill to swallow, but we were okay with that idea.
Yeah, and then I applied for my visa to go.
Yeah.
And then my visa got delayed.
Yeah. Because we were looking at flights and everything. We had found things, but we were going to book viewings, but we didn't know when your visa was going to be ready, so we couldn't book any viewings to go to Manchester.
So we kept putting it off, it kept being delayed.
Yeah. And then
everything changed.
Everything changed.
Everything.
It was during that time when her visa was being pushed every every day.
It
It was just being pushed.
Yeah.
And then my YouTube channel blew up, and I started seeing money. But everything was happening so fast that I was terrified. We both were. That it was going to be a really big burst. Everyone coming along and then just disappearing.
Yeah.
I was like, it can't keep doing this well. It can't. There's no possible way that my channel can keep doing this well. For perspective, if you didn't know, my channel went from 4K to 100K within 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was a month.
Yeah.
4K to 100K in a month.
Yeah.
And so my videos were going from getting an average of 500 views to an average of 100K within a month.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's no way.
You can see it on her channel. There is a line.
There is a line. Yeah. I did not trust it. We kind of were like, we wanted to see if it was stable before we decided to get a flat. Because we were like, if it stays stable for a month, then it's probably okay. And it did.
Yeah.
So we found a flat that we absolutely love.
I love this place.
And we moved in. And YouTube has been stable for what? It's been 2.5 months. I've had 2 paydays.
Yeah.
It was my second payday. Well, I've had 3 paydays. The first one was only half a month.
Yeah.
Yesterday was my second full pay. That's fucking mad. Yesterday was my second proper pay from this job.
Wild.
Means today is your second pay since working for me. And it's just this year. If the comparison between this time last year, June this year, and now, 3 completely different versions of ourselves.
Oh,
completely different versions of ourselves. We were watching a video of me from like a year ago.
Yeah.
Unrecognizable. I don't know who that is.
No.
And that's another thing with like going back home is that people don't know me anymore.
Yeah.
My family don't know me anymore.
Yeah, I was having that thought as well because like Christmas is coming up and we've been.
No, Christmas has already happened.
Oh yeah, sorry, Christmas happened. So I was thinking, about like talking to family and stuff like that, and obviously, you know, this year has been shit, world situational wise, and obviously going home for Christmas isn't something that anybody can do, except for people in New Zealand. So I was thinking about like visiting family and what it would be like, and I was just thinking to myself, because I haven't been home in almost 4 years now.
No, it's over 4 years. No, it's 4 years. It is 4 years.
Yeah, it is 4 years.
It's like exactly 4 years since you were at home.
Yeah. I haven't been
Because we would have left, because I left New Zealand with you last time you were at home. That was like January 3rd.
Yeah, so 4 years since I've been home. And I am not 16. I am not the person I was when I was 16. I didn't even, the way I was just fully about to say to explain who I am as a person, it's like, I didn't even like BTS back then. I did like BTS. I didn't stand BTS. And I was just thinking, like, if I went home to see, like, my dad or my grandparents or anybody there, they wouldn't know me.
No.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that as well. And that's like a big fear too, right?
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
And you're afraid that you're going to slip into, like, revert.
That's the worst.
Scariest part is being afraid that you're going to revert back into old habits and who you used to be.
That's the scariest part of all of it.
Yeah.
Because there is this thing of, like, when you go into a new place, especially a new home, I've moved so much in my life. And there is this thing as when you live in a new house, you do kind of become a new person. Like, your life changes, and you do I don't know, I've always seen my moves, like, when I went to Owakune, when I went to Auckland, when I went back to Wellington, when I went to Indonesia, Tokyo, Germany, here. Those are all very different people.
I like that you named cities and then a country.
Yeah.
Or cities is a stretch for New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
Owakune, the city.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. I've always seen them as, you know, especially, I remember very specifically when I moved to Auckland. I was driving up with my mum with all our stuff in the back of the car, and I was thinking to myself, excuse you, I was talking, go off. I was driving with my mum, and all my stuff was in the back of the car, and we were driving up, and we were on the desert road, and I was thinking to myself, I am not the same person anymore. I will not be the same person I was back then. I can reinvent myself entirely. And yeah, I mean, I met you. That's the only defining point of that, those 2 years.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
We have some good memories that I've forgotten a lot of because I don't remember things.
No.
My childhood is just a blur.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, wild.
It's fucking, yeah.
That
was a decade ago.
was a decade ago.
A decade ago.
I'm so old. So old.
It was like we were talking yesterday, like we've had Facebook for 10 years. I fucking remember when Facebook first became a thing, and you were meant to be 13 to have a Facebook, right? And like, since it was new, like, everyone at primary school would make them. Parents were like, oh, I don't know, there's creepy people online, and they monitor your Facebook account and stuff. 10 years old, everyone's making Facebooks because it's like, ooh, this new cool thing.
Yeah.
And I remember they had like, our school, there was like an assembly, because they were like, raise your hand if you're over 13. No one is a primary school, and they're like, then you delete your Facebook. You are not allowed Facebook. There was like multiple assemblies, multiple times where teachers would say that you're not allowed Facebook. Everyone get rid of your Facebook accounts. It's, you're not allowed to do that. And it was such a big, like, social media was so new.
Yeah.
It was Facebook, MySpace, and Bebo.
Yeah.
We missed the MySpace era. Like, I had a MySpace, but I didn't ever use it.
No.
We used it for, like, I had to use it for, like, a school project at some point to, like, talk to, as, like, a messenger thing. And I never had a Bebo either. Facebook was the first social media we had, and it was brand new.
Brand new. I remember what me and my friend did was he told my mum, we went up to my mum and we were like, he has a Facebook account. His mum was quite strict. So my mum was like, oh, if he has a Facebook account, then my daughter can get a Facebook account. And then we walked over to his mum and went,
she has a Facebook account.
She has a Facebook account, and his mum went, oh, she's the principal of a school. She obviously knows what she's doing. Yeah, you can have a Facebook account.
I like that neither of them bothered to check.
No.
They just believed two 10-year-olds.
Yeah, that's how we got Facebook accounts.
Fantastic. Yeah, because back in the day, especially when you're kids, right, you don't use the computer really.
No.
Like,
no.
Fucking dial-up, man.
Oh,
you can't use the internet while you have the phone plugged in.
No.
If someone's on the phone, the internet doesn't work.
No.
I remember calling, like, me and my friends would call each other every morning on the landline. And if it didn't go through, you're like, oh, someone's on the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Someone's using the computer, so I can't talk to my friends. The way that that's changed so quickly.
So quickly.
You can't talk to a friend because they're playing Club Penguin or Marshall Monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, like, Facebook was so new, and there was, like, to be honest, I only played games on there.
Farmville?
There was one dress-up game. The fashion one, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That game was fantastic.
I played that.
We spent too much time on that game.
You get the memories. Thank God for Facebook memories, man.
Facebook memories. I don't use Facebook, but I go on the memories.
Oh yeah. That's the only time I ever go on Facebook.
We use Messenger, but we don't use Facebook.
No. Facebook memories. There's like 1 week in like August, I think.
No, I thought August didn't exist.
Oh yeah, no, it was September then. Where it's just every day was like 10 screenshots
Fantastic.
of the fashion game. Just singular posts.
Mm-hmm. As you should.
Yeah, just for like a week.
For context, Kat wanted to be a fashion designer.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The way that was our plan when we were 11 years old. Listen,
Bro.
we were talking about the year, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you quite understand.
No, I don't think.
I don't know if we've ever explained this in a podcast before. I've said it on Instagram, I think, but like basically, Kat and I met when we were 11.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was 10.
We were in health class, and we were asked, what do you want to do in the future? Where do you see yourself in the future?
We were freshly friends.
We had only just met, like a few months. Probably, we've known each other like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to move to London and be a singer. Mm-hmm. And Kat wanted to be a fashion designer. And we came up with this plan that we were going to move to London together, and I was going to be a singer, and she was going to design all my outfits for me. And that was our plan.
That was our plan.
11 years old.
And for 10 years, 9, but for 10 years.
Some variant of that. Remained.
Yeah.
We've always planned on moving to London together.
Always.
Mm-hmm. Since we met.
Yeah.
Since we met, we have planned on moving to London together.
And when I say plan, I mean we planned.
There's multiple Google Docs.
There's so many
Pinterest boards.
I remember one time because we always did it when we were sad or we were having a bad day, we would always talk to each other or go on call and go, this is what...
Like, one day we'll be in London. One day we'll be in London.
But it kept me going through some very, very difficult times.
Yeah.
And I remember one time I was feeling particularly down, and I drafted up a floor plan of what I wanted our apartment to look like.
I'm sure we could find old, Google Docs somewhere. Of, because it was this thing of when because we were both, suicidal, right?
Yeah.
And in those moments, we would tell each other, we're like, go write down things that you want to buy when we move to London. Remember that one day we will be there. And it kept being, different years, because our lives took different paths in terms of timing, because I was doing school and you were doing homeschooling. Yeah. And then I was going to, effectively, my plan was to finish year 13 and then move to London. But then I didn't want to finish school.
Yeah.
So I went to uni instead, because my mum was like, either finish your last year of school or go to uni. So I went to uni, which added 2 years onto my plan.
Yeah.
And then you were going to go to uni. So it just kept being pushed.
It kept
being pushed because I moved here, obviously, when I was 19, almost 20. And then your plan was to go to uni for 4 years?
Yeah.
So you weren't meant to finish till you were 24, and then by that point in my mind I'm like, well, I probably, sorted something out by then, and it was seeming, but we still held on to it and talked about it, but both of us by a certain point were kind of not sure if it was ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
But up until I think probably 2 years ago, it was still very much we were doubtful. Yeah. We were doubtful, but also very, very persistent on the fact that it would happen.
Yeah. And then I guess we kind of grew up, and then we also I don't know, at some point within the last months, our lives reached an equal point where we could both do it.
Yeah.
And we took it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm most proud about of us, is we took that fucking opportunity. Because we could have not done that.
Yeah. Well, if COVID hadn't happened, you would have gone to uni.
Yeah.
Well, even so though, I was kind of trying to talk you out of that. Partially, I was like, if she goes to uni, then we can't get a flat together in London. But I also knew you didn't really want to go.
I did not want to.
But it was also a partially selfish motive. It was like, she doesn't really want to go, and I don't really want her to go. So
yeah, I rewatch fucking our podcast, and I'm talking about uni, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? You don't want to go. You know you don't want to go. And I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. It'll be so fun. Not lies. You lay in bed every night going.
It's interesting because like I said, we've been friends for 11 years almost. 10 years almost. 11. God. Almost. I can't count, man. 10 years.
Yeah.
Coming up in a few months, and like it's this interesting thing of like, we were very different but very similar when we met. We realized that we have a lot of crossover in our lives in terms of everything.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like, after you moved away, I guess we realized that, like, our friendship was, like, special.
Yeah.
And we've grown closer. Obviously, we're closer now than we were when we were, like, 12. But it's interesting that we go through those things of, like, there was, like, 7 years where we never called each other.
Yeah.
We would, like, FaceTime probably, like, 3-4 times a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had the availability to us. We had the internet. But, like, when you were in Indonesia, your Wi-Fi was shit. It was shocking.
Mm-hmm.
So, FaceTime, Skype at the time was just not really an option, especially with, like, time differences.
Yeah.
Tokyo, that was when Tokyo was I don't know why we didn't realize.
So I just think we weren't in the habit of it.
We just we just weren't in, like, the habit of Skyping or anything.
That's not saying we didn't talk. We talked.
We talk every day.
5 times every day.
We've always talked every single day, even if it's like a couple of messages.
We've said this before on a podcast. I think there's been like 7 days in total. Yeah. In our entire friendship.
Yeah, we talk every day. We always have. But then after coming to see you in Germany and we did our travel, that's when we started talking more, particularly going, because there's no time difference, there's barely a time difference, particularly going into lockdown. Like, neither of us had anyone else.
No.
Like, a lot of the time, I had a group of friends at home, and I go out with my friends all the time. I was barely ever at home. That's another reason why I couldn't FaceTime.
That's true.
I was never home. I was always with partners. And so they didn't have the opportunity to FaceTime you. And then we both this year, like, wanted company.
You just joined me in my lonesome lifestyle.
And we just, I guess, I don't know, something, our friendship, like, adapted a bit after our trip.
Most definitely.
After our trip, I think, like, because that was a long time, like 2 weeks of us just spending all of our time together. Like, so I don't know what, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And we've grown a lot together this year to the point where we are now, we refer to ourselves as one person.
It gets troublesome.
It's terrible. Like, we have codependency issues. And we talked about this before we moved in together. We were like, we can't become reliant on each other. We can't do it. We have to have alone time. And the interesting thing is, though, Kat, is that before we moved in, we were telling each other, we're like, to try not to upset each other, we're like, I need alone time sometime. You can't get upset. Like, gotta say, I have not once been like, I need time for myself. No. We initially, up until a couple weeks ago, every morning we spent separate. Yeah. I was in my room watching fucking YouTube videos. You were in your room watching YouTube videos, whatever. And then we'd come together for lunch and go for a walk. Yeah. Now, first thing in the morning I wake up and I message her like, right, what are we watching this morning? We come out here directly and we stay together all day, every day. We have left this house every single day. I've only left this house once without you, and that was because I needed coffee. Yeah. And you were in bed. Yeah. The other time, you left without me because I broke my toe and you wanted to go get me stuff for my broken toe. Yeah. Those are the only times we've gone out without each other.
Yeah. I have to leave the house without you soon. And
I'm going to be confused.
I'm, like, worried about it. I'm like, legitimately, I feel like the whole time I'm going to be like, there's something missing.
Being in this house by myself is going to confuse me.
Yeah, fellas.
I'm going to be like, hello?
Yeah. And it's that thing of like, I don't want space, which is slightly problematic. But yeah, it's become a routine, like you say. That first thing we do when we wake up.
Which London video should we watch today?
Literally, it's literally. You texted me this morning. The first thing you said to me was,
I found a Jongin Sungmin compilation. We should watch it.
It's 20 minutes long.
Yeah, I found a 20-minute Jongin and Sungmin compilation. Do you want to watch it? She's like, yes. And then we came out here, made coffee, and watched it.
This is what's been
This has been our lives the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, 9 days.
It's been longer than 9 days. It's surely been 2 weeks by now. It's the 22nd. I'm pretty sure it's been 2 weeks. Surely.
Okay.
If you tell me it's not been 2 weeks, I'm gonna lose my mind. What day was the
Mama's was 6th, December 6th.
Yeah, it's been over 2 weeks. It's been 15 days. 16 days. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it did take me a couple days.
Yeah.
Between the
I
Mamas
would say probably
it's been
the
2
night.
weeks. I'm gonna go 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
That's ridiculous. We came here, we were gonna talk about goals for next year too.
Oh yeah, goals for next year.
Well, one thing we want to do next year is go home for a bit.
Oh yeah.
But because we want to, not because we have to.
Yeah, exactly. Go home for a bit. I want to go to Tokyo.
Yeah, we want to go to Seoul.
Yes.
Obviously, it all depends on circumstances by next year. Our plan, if circumstances are okay, is to go home for a couple months for my sister's 18th birthday and our high school graduation, and then come back and go to Seoul and Tokyo, and then find an apartment again because we'll have to get this one up.
Yeah.
Which is upsetting and I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. It's so far away, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of I'm at this point where, because so many things have happened this year and so many things have changed, I don't want to make any plans anymore. Like, I just don't. Like, everything in my life that has been planned out has not happened, except for this. And
this is the one you thought wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Too. This is the most unlikely of all of them.
Oh yeah, this is like the, if I could.
We were really struggling with this because we were like, this was the final goal.
Yeah.
Because Kat and I obviously spent a long time being suicidal and not really seeing a future at all. It was planning this is what got us through.
Yeah.
We didn't have a plan for after this. We just were like, we have to live for this moment. And then we got it, and we're here, and we're like, what the fuck comes next?
Like, for 2 weeks after we moved in, we were legitimately, like, numb to everything. Because we were like, we don't know what the fuck to do anymore. Because this is everything
literally everything we've ever wanted.
And I've reached this point where I'm just enjoying things.
I'm just content. This is the first time in my life I've been, like, content.
Yeah. I'm content. I'm just enjoying things and how they go. I'm not like, I have to reach this point. I'm like, this is good. I want to keep it going.
Yeah. But my only stress is maintaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? As you know.
Yeah.
But
that's what I should be. It's just maintaining.
Well, because we keep doing this, and we'll do another capitalism video.
Yeah.
We will have another capitalism podcast to you, because this is an issue, right? And this thing of, like, I feel like I'm not working hard enough, and I need to keep doing better and better. I'm like, but why?
Yeah.
We are doing fine. I don't know why. We're doing very well.
Yeah.
And I don't know why there's this thing of like, but I have to do more. I have to do more.
Yeah. Well, it's this thing, like, everybody tells us, you have to, what's the next step? How can you
grow your empire?
Literally? They're like, how can you make a brand out of your name, kind of. Like, it's just this thing of like, I'm okay. I'm good. For the first time in my life, I'm good with living. Which is so wild.
The only thing that's wrong is that we can't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah.
Which has got to me a little bit the other day. We
It
had
is
a
difficult.
bad day a couple days ago. It was a very stressful day with YouTube, like, age restricting one of my videos, and like, it was just, I was genuinely terrified that they were going to start demonetizing all of my videos, and then we would lose everything. And that was scary.
Yeah.
And you were scared. I was scared. It was very, very worrying. Thankfully, it's fine.
Good.
We just had anxiety and overreacted.
Yeah.
But that was a day where I was like, I just want to go sit at a cafe to take my mind off it. And you're stuck in this house.
This lockdown, this world situation is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. It's getting to me a lot. I am very stressed about everyone else. Because I know that we're very fortunate.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we are very fortunate to be in a position where we can help others. I just don't know how to do it, and them, the bastards over there.
She's pointing towards the
city.
Parliament.
Yeah, the Parliament. Yeah, the Parliament. Aren't helping.
Fucking UNICEF is involved. I agree with all the people on Twitter. They're like, this year I shouldn't have to pay taxes.
No.
They've done fuck all.
Mm-mm.
All they've done is pay their own salaries.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em.
This is the first time in my life where I'm like, no, you shouldn't. I don't want to pay taxes. Because I know it's not going to the place. Like you said before, there should be a category that you can put your fucking money in.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. They're like, where do you want to put your money? And I'm like, I'll put it into the fucking vaccines. All my tax money, I want to put it there.
Vaccines, feeding children.
Feeding children. If you give us check boxes as to what area you want me to put my tax money, I'm giving it to feed the fucking kids. Don't take my money and pay your own fucking salary.
Why do they refuse to feed children?
Because they're assholes.
Why do they do that?
Listen.
They actively voted no to feeding starving children.
And this is why I don't want to pay taxes. Literally, if they were using the tax money to actually help people...
Please take my money.
Take it.
Please take it.
But they're not. They're just using it to feed their egos, man. Fuming. Meanwhile, Jacinda Ardern took what, like a 30% pay cut to pay... They paid $600 a week to unemployed people. She took a 30% pay cut to be able to help people. And here they're like, no, we don't want to feed the children. Anyway.
To sum up this year, it has been the most...
incredible and awful year.
Just to use one word, intense.
Intense is an excellent word to describe this year.
This year has been intense.
In every matter of the sense.
Every single version of that word, it has been intense. I will need probably 30 years to recover from the trauma of this year, and also to accept the things that have happened.
The
good things.
Yeah.
I think this year has permanently shifted every single person on this planet. And if it hasn't, you're a terrible person.
Not entirely true. We're forgetting a bunch of unproblematic sort of places that weren't permanently shifted, I guess. I don't know what's happened in a lot of areas of the world.
Well, I mean, unproblematic places that things haven't happened have still had to watch everyone else go through the things
That's true.
that they have, and if that hasn't shifted the way you view the world, then yeah.
Yeah, it's been a year.
It's been a year. I can't wait to see it in the history books and go, haha!
I was there.
I was there.
God, ridiculous.
That was the year that I got into Stray Kids.
That's what we remember the year by. That's the year I found the love of my life.
Like, yeah, my grandchildren will one day come up to me and go, can you tell me for my report? Can you tell me what happened in the year 2020? It's like, that was the day I found Hyunjin.
That was the day I found your father. That's what they say in all the fanfiction.
Yeah, that was the year that I found.
He's still, in like 50 years, he's still in the back of your fucking phone
It doesn't
case.
work, it's such outdated fucking technology, and I'm still just like, he's like, it's just, I have like there's no frames of like my family, it's just Hyunjin. I'm like 80. In a nursing home, and I come in and they wheel in my stuff, and it's just Hyunjin.
Fantastic.
It's just my albums. That's all the possessions I have. My will, no money.
Just albums.
Just albums.
Oh no! Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna end it there.
Yeah.
Thank you all very, very much for coming.
There is a bunch of petitions and donations and links to send to MPs, etc., etc. In the description below. So if you could check those out, that'd mean a lot.
They are updated regularly.
They are updated regularly, and there's a lot of really important issues and matters on there that still need attention. Even if you think some are old, they have not reached their goals yet. So if you could check them out, that'd be greatly appreciated. Some are like only like 100 signs away, and it'd be really helpful if you check those out.
Yeah.
And gave your support, because things are still happening and things won't end just because there's a new year.
Yeah.
Which may be a hard pill to swallow, but it's very true. And you can't just be like, oh, it's 2021, everything's good now. I don't think things will be good for a very long time.
Yeah.
But on that note, I hope that you hopefully are getting things sorted, doing the best that you can, and remembering that life is weird and it shifts every single second.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And life goes on.
On the pillow, on the table. I get those backwards every time.
Not valid.
Was that the right order?
Yeah. Nice.
Thank you.
On that note, goodbye.
Love you. Bye. A huge thank you to our wonderful, wonderful patrons.
Thank you to Iska, Theo, Bunny, Jess, Valerie, Artemis, Cassidy, Raven, Abby, Gio, Isa, Hadley, Antonia, Trina, Jeff, Danny, Neil, Wolf, Peter, Jordan, Riley, Phoebe, Hal, Mo, Lollipop, Rahel, Alice, Marissa, Barbara, Smilla, Alonzo, Thomas, Amy, and Courtney.
We love you so, so much.
So much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.